it is one of the hottest bourbons out there today, which is this, the Eagle Rare 12-year-old. Everyone wants one, and luckily, I found one. And there's a lot of videos out there comparing this to the Eagle Rare 10. And rightly so, a lot of people want to know that. But since there's so much of that, I want to change it up and give it a worthy opponent. Somebody that could challenge it pound for pound, year for year. So today, for you guys, I'm going to be comparing it to this, the Knob Creek 12-year-old. And judging by just the nose, palate, and finish, I'm going to let you know which one is the better bourbon. So let's find out together right now. Okay. Oh yeah. Welcome to Whispering. My name is David. And the Eagle Rare 12 was announced a couple of months ago and everyone wet their pants, including me. I mean, I wanted one, you wanted one, and most people who drink bourbon wanted one. Unfortunately, because of the demand, it's really hard to get right now. When Buffalo Trace first released the Eagle Rare 12 at their distillery, I believe there were like thousands of people, and people were buying it up in the secondary market for like $500-600. It was crazy. Now, it has come down a little bit because of the nationwide release, but still, it's very expensive and very hard to find, especially at the MSRP of around $50 to $60. But does this meet the hype? A lot of people forget that the Knob Creek 12, when it was first released in 2019, had just as much hype. And back then, it was actually labeled a limited release. Knob Creek wasn't planning to do this again. But because of its popularity, Knob Creek did decide to add it to its core lineup in 2020. But just because they added it to the core lineup doesn't mean you were able to find it. Of course, 2020 meant COVID and the bourbon boom. And people went crazy for it, especially around $60. And so even for me, I think my first bottle I was able to find it was 2023. And it wasn't really on the shelves until about beginning of 2024. And now that it's in 2025, at least here in Southern California, it's not everywhere, but if I wanted to get one, I could probably swing by a liquor store or two and pick it up for about $50-60. So, removing all the hype, all this fancy gold label, and everything else that comes with the Eagle Rare 12, I'm going to be comparing these two to see which one is just the better tasting bourbon. So no more talking, let's get drinking. Opening ceremony. Oh yes. I'm gonna let these two open up for a couple of minutes. I'll be right back. All right, and I'm back, and I can't wait to try the Eagle Rare 12. I actually got this last 2 days ago, and I wanted to pop it open because it's so beautiful, but I saved it for you guys so you guys can have my first unadulterated, unfiltered, just the first reaction to how I nose it, taste it, and if I love it. First, let's try the Knob Creek 12, and I'll tell you the notes and what kind of standard it sets. So first, the nose. Oh, man, the Knob Creek nose, especially the 12-year-old. It's as if it's, you know what I say? It's as if it's a 4 p.m. right before you end work, and you're kind of hungry. But then somebody next to you tears open a Snickers and takes a bite out of it. And you can smell it just because you're so freaking hungry. And you get that chocolate, the peanut, the nougat, the caramel, the sweetness. And you're like, fudge, why is he eating that in front of my face? And that's the smell that you get from the Knob Creek 12. Maybe the picture that I painted wasn't the greatest of all time, but it's like as if you're really hungry and you can smell a Snickers bar. Man, that nose just makes me hungry. But nosing whiskey is nice, tasting is better. Cheers, guys. Wow. Knob Creek 12 just hits the spot. You know, Knob Creek 12 has a soft spot in my heart. This is the reason I started doing YouTube. My first video is a review of the Knob Creek 12. It's a horrible video. I do not watch it ever. But man, this is the reason. I was like, you know what? I should start reviewing whiskeys on YouTube because I love this bourbon and I want everyone to know that I love this bourbon. So it brings back a lot of, I don't want to say good memories, but bring cringe memories. Oh, it's a horrible video. But going back to the whiskey, it does bring a lot of great sweetness and oakiness to your traditional bourbon. It doesn't have a lot of fruitness per se. I actually get maybe slight, like I really have to search for it, like a slight little pinch of orange, but yeah, the caramel, the vanilla, oakiness, and of course the cinnamon spice is just amped up to a nice degree. And the 100 proof is actually really, really good. Now, I never had the Knob Creek 12 cask strength, so maybe if I ever had that or compared it to that, maybe I wouldn't like the 100 proof as much. But I really think the 100 proofs lowers the oakiness or maybe the tannins or the bitterness of the oakiness and really brings out a lot of the good sweetness of this and makes it really easy to drink. I know 50% AVB or 100 proof is not like the lowest proof ever, but once you drink bourbon a couple of times, this is the, I guess, the proof area where you can get a lot of notes. You can. It still packs a nice punch of flavor without all the burn. And now on to what everyone's been waiting for, including me, the Eagle Rare 12. Now, this does add 2 more years and 5 additional proof to the Eagle Rare 10. So hopefully it has a little bit more oak, a little bit more spice, a little bit more punch, and maybe even a little bit more sweetness. All right, first the nose. The nose, oh, it smells like a stag. It's just cherry forward all around. It is, oh, oozy, gooey cherry. Of course it has the bourbon notes, right? The caramel, the spice, the vanilla, all that good stuff. That cherry, there's something Buffalo Trace does so well that I just absolutely love. And again, nose, yeah, I like the nose, but it really doesn't matter if the palate can't follow up. So, cheers, guys. Let's hope that it's really, really good. Oh, what the? So, this brings everything that Eagle Rare 10 brings to the table, right? The oak, the sweetness, the cherry. It amps it up like 2%. Now, I know it's only 5 proof more, and let's be honest, it feels like it's only 5 proof more. You get a little bit more sweetness, a little bit more spice, a little bit more oak. And I thought maybe the 2 additional years would really bring it a lot more oak or a lot more even chocolate or something else to this. But it just, Eagle Rare 10, just a little bit. I mean, I don't even want to, I mean, it's nice. It is better, but is it that much better? Not really sure. And all that cherry that I got in the nose doesn't translate to the palate. I thought maybe it would be like a little bit, I don't want to say watered down Stag Junior, but a little bit more of that Stag Junior-ish than the Eagle Rare 10-ish. But this is this Eagle Rare 10-ish. Huh. Wow. And the finish is where you get that additional years of oak. It's really oaky. You get that oak sweetness, the oak, even bitterness to a certain extent, and that oak spice. It is a lot of oak, a lot more oak than the Knob Creek 12, surprisingly. Wow. Very interesting pour. Huh. Now, so I'm gonna take my time to go back and forth and let you know which one is the better tasting bourbon. After going back and forth for about 10 minutes, just to decide which one tastes better. Remove all the hype, remove the rarity, the gold foil, the how it looks, the new, all that good stuff. Which one is the better bourbon? It's going to be the Knob Creek 12. Oh my goodness, what a big upset. I thought Eagle Rare 12 was gonna blow it out of the water, right? I love the Eagle Rare 10. So 5 extra proof and 2 more years, I was expecting more sweet, more spice, just even chocolate or coffee or something additional, or even dark berries that some stag batches have. But this, it's just Eagle Rare 10 amped up by 5 proof. I mean, I don't even know if the 2 years really makes a difference. Yes, it does come through in the finish, but not in a good way. It's oaky, it's bitter, it's sweet-ish, but it's really more bitter-ish. And again, I know a lot of people are saying, oh, it needs to open up a little bit. Sure, I let it open up in the glass for 10 minutes and I gave it a squirrel for another 3 minutes just to make sure it's opened up as much as possible for a neck pull. It really didn't bring anything extra than an Eagle Rare 10. And height does matter, but even just judging by the taste, the Knob Creek 12 is sweeter, has better spice, has better oak, has a little bit more chocolate, and even the nose, that Snickers nose, just is something that I really, really love. And so, yeah, I'll say objectively, the better bourbon today and probably tomorrow will be the Knob Creek 12. I mean, it's surprising. I'll be honest with you, I really thought the Eagle Rare 12 would win today, but wow, the Knob Creek 12 kind of kicked his ass. Let me know in the comments, have you been able to try the Eagle Rare 12? And if you have, did you like it? Or were you kind of disappointed like I was? Thank you so much. I'll see you guys next time.